The rumbling tracks of the Italian army, specifically the heavy armor brigades, stand at a pivotal historical juncture. For decades, the Ariete main battle tank served as the backbone of Italian armored warfare, a symbol of domestic industrial capability produced by the consortium of Iveco and OTO Melara. However, the rapidly evolving security landscape in Europe has exposed the widening gap between the capabilities of the legacy Ariete fleet and modern battlefield requirements. In addressing this gap, Rome has made a decisive and strategically aggressive maneuver. The recent pivot from the German Leopard 2A8 to the developmental Panther KF51 represents more than a mere procurement decision. It signifies a profound declaration of industrial sovereignty and a refusal to accept a subordinate role in the European defense hierarchy. Initially, the path forward seemed predictable. The Italian Ministry of Defense had entered advanced negotiations with the KNDS consortium, a Franco-German giant, to acquire the Leopard 2A8. This platform is widely considered the standard for NATO forces, offering immediate interoperability and proven performance. It was the safe choice, a logical step to quickly recapitalize the armored forces. However, negotiations collapsed dramatically in the middle of 2024. The breakdown was not caused by financial constraints or performance metrics, but by a fundamental disagreement over industrial dignity. KNDS reportedly insisted on a standard configuration for the Leopard 2A8, treating Italy primarily as a customer rather than a partner. This approach would have relegated Leonardo, the national champion of Italian defense electronics, to a minor role, effectively shutting Italian engineers out of the tank's critical systems. Rome rejected this off-the-shelf model. The government and industry leaders recognized that buying a foreign tank without significant domestic customization would lead to a loss of strategic autonomy. Consequently, Leonardo executed a strategic pivot by forging an alliance with Rheinmetall, the primary German competitor to KNDS. This resulted in the establishment of the Leonardo Rheinmetall Military Vehicles joint venture in January 2025. Unlike the previous proposal, this 50-50 partnership is headquartered in Rome and guarantees that 60% of the workshare remains within Italy. The epicenter of this activity will be the La Spezia complex, ensuring that the industrial skills required to build heavy armor remain alive in the peninsula. The centerpiece of this new alliance is the Panther KF51. By selecting the Panther, Italy has moved from purchasing a legacy system to investing in a future one. While the Leopard 2 series is nearing the end of its upgrade potential, the Panther is a fresh design based on a digital architecture. It is designed to integrate loitering munitions, active protection systems, and potentially a larger 130mm main gun in the future, offering lethality superior to current 120mm standards. For the Italian audience, the critical detail is the integration of the Leonardo HitFact turret technology and advanced avionics. The Panther will not just be a German tank with an Italian flag painted on the side, it will be a machine with a German chassis and an Italian brain, utilizing local sensors, communications, and fire control systems. This decision does carry inherent risks. The Panther KF51 is not yet in full-rate production like the Leopard 2. It is a bet on the future, requiring development time and engineering validation. To bridge the dangerous gap between the current obsolescence and the future arrival of the Panther, the Italian Army is relying on the Ariete C2 program. Starting in July 2025, the first upgraded Ariete tanks are scheduled to enter service. This is not a simple refurbishment. The C2 variant addresses the most glaring weakness of the original platform by replacing the underpowered engine with a new 1,500 horsepower propulsion system. It also features wider tracks for better off-road mobility and a completely modernized optronic suite. The Ariete C2 serves as the essential bridge, ensuring that the armored cavalry remains credible while the industry gears up for the Panther era. The financial scale of this restructuring is immense. Estimates place the total value of the program, including the replacement of the Dardo fighting vehicles with the new Lynx KF51, at over €20 billion across a 15-year timeline. This expenditure is justified not only by military necessity, but by economic return. By securing a majority workshare, the investment recycles tax revenue back into the Italian economy through high-tech jobs and research and development at Leonardo and its supply chain. Furthermore, this partnership positions Italy as an export hub. The Leonardo Rheinmetall joint venture targets international markets, particularly in the Middle East and North Africa, where Italy maintains strong diplomatic ties and Rheinmetall seeks new customers free from strict German export restrictions. Geopolitically, this move signals a realignment of power in European defense. By rejecting the KNDS offer, Italy has effectively challenged the Franco-German dominance over European armor projects. Rome has signaled that it will not sacrifice its industrial base for the sake of European consolidation if the terms are unequal. The partnership with Rheinmetall creates a counterweight to the KNDS monopoly, fostering competition that could ultimately benefit the technological advancement of NATO as a whole. It places Italy at the head table of land warfare technology, rather than waiting for scraps from the plates of Berlin and Paris. The transition from the Ariete C1 to a future defined by the Panther KF51 and the Ariete C2 interim solution is a complex narrative of technical necessity and political will. It demonstrates that for a nation like Italy, with a proud history of naval and aerospace engineering, the land domain remains a critical pillar of national defense. The tank is no longer just a vehicle of war. It has become a vessel for diplomatic leverage and industrial ambition. Through the Leonardo Rheinmetall alliance, Italy has secured a future where its soldiers will operate cutting-edge equipment that is built, maintained, and understood by Italian engineers. The risk of adopting a new platform is outweighed by the strategic value of independence. As the first Ariete C2 units roll out and the blueprints for the Italian Panther are finalized, the message to allies and adversaries is clear. Italy intends to be a protagonist, not a spectator, in the future of armored warfare.